Welcome back to Portfolio, everyone. TikTok is the world's fastest growing social media platform. Millions of new users are jumping on the platform each and every day, and this company has been on a surge. But it is actually going to be banned within the United States by the middle of September if a deal is not done to sell TikTok's US assets from the Chinese-based company to an American-based company. So there are some front runners and some growth stocks in these large tech companies who are actually going after and trying to pursue a deal to acquire TikTok's US operations. So in this video, we're going to go over the 3 stocks that are working towards getting a deal done with TikTok. We're going to talk about the odds of which company can get a deal done, and we're going to actually evaluate each different stock to see, are they a buy now? Are they a buy now with or without the TikTok deal? And just discuss which one we think would be the best fit to acquire TikTok's US operations. But along in the deal is going to be TikTok operations within the United States, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. So there's some big tech giants going after this deal, and we're going to break down the odds that are laid out for each company. So in this article here, it goes over the different odds for some of the main players trying to get in on the TikTok deal. So the shot clock for TikTok before it is banned within the United States is less than 25 days before it is banned in the middle of September. The main powerhouse and the favorite to actually get a deal done for TikTok's acquisition is Microsoft with 2-to-1 odds. So if you're a gambler, Microsoft's current odds to get TikTok's acquisition and acquire their US rights are 2-to-1. The next up is Oracle, another tech giant with 5-to-2 odds to get a deal done. And the underdog, Twitter, with 20-to-1 odds to get a deal done to acquire TikTok's US operations. So what we're going to do is go over each company, do a quick overview of their financial statements to see if they can handle acquiring TikTok, and just discuss which one we think is going to be a best fit for TikTok's acquisition and which one we believe may have the most upside if they are to acquire TikTok. And the last thing is actually 30-to-1 odds that no deal gets done at all. So this is where no deal gets done with the American company. The Chinese government, the Chinese-based company actually maintains ownership of the entire company and the US operations, and the app will get banned by mid-September. So it's going to be very interesting to see what goes on. This has never really happened before, where the world's best social media platform or a very high-performing app has actually been forced to sell some of its operations to another company. So it's going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen over these next few weeks. There's always new news headlines coming out about which company may be a front runner over the other. At one point, Twitter came in as a strong underdog and actually had a better chance of Microsoft. Then a couple of days later, we found new news that Microsoft, is the market leader still, and TikTok can't really compete in their level. But of course, we'll see what's going to happen with this deal. I'm going to break down the favorite. So first, we're going to take a look at Microsoft. So this is a huge company, one of the largest companies in the world. Ticker symbol MSFT, currently trading around $213 a share. They've seen a massive run-up over the past 12 months, up 53.48% over the past year. Beautiful long-term share price appreciation. If we take a look at a longer-term perspective, you can see they're up very close to 400% over the past 5 years. This company has been growing at an insane rate year over year. Current market cap of $1.61 trillion, making this one of the most valuable companies in the world. And TikTok itself is a massive company. The entire company as a whole, including the Chinese operations and worldwide operations as a whole, is valued to be around $50 billion. So of course, that's not the total value of this deal, but it'll be very interesting to see when a deal comes out, how much one of these US-based companies actually paid to acquire the not only the North American, but also the Australian and New Zealand operations of TikTok. So we're going to take a quick look at Microsoft's financial statements just to see how this company has been performing and how we think they're going to perform even if a deal is not done to acquire TikTok. Of course, with any of these companies on this list of these 3 major tech companies, the acquisition of TikTok is a game changer. This is a very high potential company that really hasn't unlocked its fullest revenue gaining potential just yet. It's still very new to the market. There's so much room for growth, and the fact that they're gaining so many daily active users, so much more attention to the app right now, and of course this whole feud is actually bringing more and more attention because a lot of people are actually binging time on the app right now because of the fear that one day it will get banned. But if that doesn't happen, people may already be addicted and already have the habit of going on the app each and every day, and that could lead to a lot of future growth for any company that acquires it. If we take a look at Microsoft's income statement, they have a beautiful income statement and they did a very nice job of growing revenue year over year. We take a look at their revenue chart, steady upward trend, double-digit revenue growth, each and every year over the past 5 and 6 years. If we take a look at the bottom line and see their net income, very similar trend over the long term, nice steady net income growth over the past 5 years. And as well, this is a company that has a stellar balance sheet with a lot of cash and short-term assets available within the next 12 months. And of course, that is what's really going to be needed to get a deal done for TikTok. It's not going to be cheap to get a deal done. There's a lot of big name tech companies going after it, and they're going to have to pay a high price to get it done. But Microsoft's balance sheet currently has $136 billion of cash and short-term investments, meaning this company has so much assets available to them, so much cash available within the next couple months that they can really afford to essentially buy all of TikTok without worry. But of course, they're only looking at the US operations. So they have so much money on hand, so much investments on hand to really get this deal done in straight cash. This is a company where they have the best shot with regard to their finances. They have a much larger balance sheet than Oracle and Twitter. So this is a company that I do believe has the best shot when you're looking at just straight financial perspective. Microsoft is a dividend-paying company, currently yielding just under 1%, 31% payout ratio, so very, very sustainable. A lot of room to grow the business and grow that dividend each and every year. And they've done a nice job of growing that dividend at around 10.45% average over the past 5 years with a 10-year dividend growth streak. And if we take a look at their dividend safety score, ranked 99, the highest possible dividend safety score, so very unlikely that that dividend gets cut anytime soon, and I'm sure it will not get cut and it will continue to grow each and every year over a long period of time. The second player, the company that actually has the second best odds to get a deal done, is Oracle with 5-2 odds. And of course, something that really helps this company is that one of their founders and CEO is friends with the president. So if the president's office has any kind of sway in getting a deal done, which it might because they're the ones that actually put this ban on, then Oracle might have a slight advantage here is because they are actually friends with the president, and the CEO actually held a fundraiser for the president's campaign not too long ago. And another thing is that Oracle is actually working with a venture capitalist firm based within the United States that actually owns a minority share in TikTok right now. So they're actually partnering up with a company that is already a part owner of TikTok's Chinese-based company, ByteDance. So Oracle might have the slight advantage with regard to like who they know and who they're working with, but they don't have the financial stability that Microsoft has. If we take a look at Oracle stock, up only 3% over the past 12 months, somewhat flat price chart. They did see a March drop, but have somewhat recovered back to pre-pandemic levels. Currently being traded at $56 a share, and they have a $169 billion market cap. If we take a quick look at their income statement, Oracle has been somewhat flat. If we take a look at their total revenue over the past 5 years, not much of an upward trend, slight growth, but still a flat kind of trend with regard to total revenue, which is kind of a red flag. In the tech sector, where some of these companies are having double-digit revenue growth each and every year and sometimes each and every quarter, we want to see a tech company grow at that rate as well. And Oracle really hasn't been doing that, somewhat consistently around that $39 billion in total revenue each and every year. They are a dividend paying as well. You can see they are currently yielding 1.74%, payout ratio of only around 24%, and they've been growing their dividend at a very nice 13.65% average over the past 5 years. And they've also been growing that dividend over the past 7 years as well. With regard to dividend safety, once again, a 99, so same to Microsoft, very high dividend safety rating, the highest possible, another tech company where it is very unlikely that they will cut that dividend anytime soon. The final company, the underdog that is actually being known to kind of work towards a deal, is Twitter. They aren't really one of the front runners. They are kind of back in the race, but they're still a company trying to work towards getting a deal done. So if we take a look and do a quick analysis of their stock, currently around $40 a share, down 8% on the 1-year chart, so actually on a decline. On a 5-year chart, they are up 51.76%, and only a market cap at around $30 billion. So a very small company compared to the other two giants that we took a look at, and those are compared to like Microsoft, the $1.6 trillion market cap, compared to $30 billion, not much with regard to Twitter. If we take a look at their revenue statement, you can see here they've actually done a nice job of growing revenue year over year over the past 5 years. Not insane growth, but consistent growth year over year, which is a nice trend to see. And one thing I want to point out, if we take a look at Twitter's balance sheet, you can see they have total cash and investments of around $7.7 billion. So of course, Twitter is working with other companies to try to get a deal done. They're not going to be the sole company actually making this acquisition if they are the one to actually get a deal. They're going to be working with other firms to try to get that deal happen because they actually don't have the funds in order to acquire the whole company on themselves. They have around $7.7 billion in short-term current assets and investments, compared to a company like Microsoft, who has around $136 billion in short-term assets. So no comparison there. Microsoft has over like 20 times the amount of short-term assets compared to a smaller company like Twitter. So Twitter is still the underdog with 21 odds of getting the deal done, and they are teaming up with other companies to try to work towards getting that deal. But overall, those were the 3 growth stocks you should take a look at right now if you're optimistic that a deal will get done for the US acquisition of TikTok. This deal will have to get done or the app will be banned within the United States. And there's some major tech players working towards getting this deal acquired, which will be very interesting to see. And I'm sure for each of these companies, whichever one can actually get a deal done, their stock price will see a nice jump the day of the announcement. And I really do believe this will provide some nice long-term growth, because I think TikTok is a social media platform that is here to stay. I think the way and how entertaining they have the app set up, I don't think it's going to lose any market share anytime soon. So thank you for watching, everyone. Those are the 3 growth stocks you should take a look at right now for that huge TikTok potential. So I appreciate you tuning in, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video.